In the Warpath universe, humanity has achieved the status of being the biggest galactic empire. Called the Galactic Co-Conspiracy Sphere, or GCPS for short, humanity has reached further than any other civilization. But we won't be covering the conquest of humanity. Our subject is another faction that dedicated their time and efforts to scientific advancements, philosophy, and the protection of life. They are the Asterian Star Empire. This video is sponsored by Arcus Hobby Philippines. Arcus Hobby is one of the local companies in the Philippines that provides Filipino hobbyists a more accessible way to get into miniature painting. Their paints are bottled here and are sold all over the country. Their paints are considered as one of the premium paints that we could buy. Highly pigmented paints that ensure a very professional quality finish for your works. You can find their products in the links in the description. The Asterians venerate the pursuit of universal balance above all else. Their very society based around this concept. Their disdain of warfare and violence has led to the development of technology which allows their finest warriors to fight on the battlefield without physical risk. Constructs being piloted from orbit are sent down to active conflict zones. One of these constructs are the marionettes, which are highly effective. Junior Asterian pilots take control a team of marionettes while more experienced officers can simultaneously operate one or more units. Occasionally, marionettes can be found fighting alongside the lizard-like Matsudan. The Matsudan found an ally in fighting against the encroaching power of the GPS with the Asterians. They lack the grace of the Asterians but make up for it with serious firepower. The Asterian people seldom find reason to venture into GCPS territory, but they are often reported around dead zones, though their purpose is unclear. Beyond that, they appear from nowhere as ghosts and disappear as quickly. Attempts to communicate with them are ignored, and attempts to stop them are futile. It was the Asterians who first warned humanity of the dangers posed by the Death Ark. Known as the Silent Lands to the Asterians, there lies a vast stretch of interstellar void, an ominous cloud on the Navcom maps known as the Death Ark. Since the discovery of the first plague artifact on the world of Adriana, a planet residing near the Death Ark, the Asterians have known with an increasing sense of alarm that humans are too greedy to heed any warnings they would issue. Blinded by avarice, the lure of alien reaches in the region was more than some human explorers could resist. Jealous of the advancement of the Asterian Star Empire, what was initially a slow trickle of humanity probing into the forbidden systems soon became a flood. Instead of the imagined power and wealth, what humanity found within the Death Ark were monsters and destruction. They found the Scourge, a biological weapon of supreme complexity, the single greatest threat to the galaxy. When humanity encounters danger beyond their capabilities, the GCP Council implements a measure. Called the Containment Protocol, this is enacted by the Enforcer Corps. Planets subject to such protocols are known by another name: dead zones. A dead zone is a place where ordinary rules do not apply. An intruder found on such a planet will be automatically treated as hostile. These planets represent some of the most dangerous places in the galaxy, but also some of the most lucrative. Deadzone is a two-player skirmish game of futuristic battles set in the Warpath universe by Mantic Games. You will take command of elite strike teams of human soldiers or alien warriors. Each turn, you decide which of your models to move and what they will do, advancing across the battlefield, engaging the enemy using a dice rolls, and picking up items along your way to taking vital objectives and securing victory. Played on a compact 8x8 square gridded mat, onto which you place buildings and other scenery that adds a third dimension to the battlefield and reinforces that we are playing with cubes and not squares to simplify range without measuring using traditional means. Constructs that were invented due to the Asterian disdain from warfare, these robots are remotely controlled by pilots who are safely floating in spacecrafts in a planet's orbit. While being less destructive in terms of power compared to the Cyphers, they are much sturdier and can take more punishments before getting eliminated. Equipped with either the Asterian standard of a null rifle or a phlogistor that spews fire among its targets. In special cases, they are also equipped with a grenade launcher or a sniper rifle. A team of marionettes are usually led by a marionette prime. This construct has better stats compared to its non-prime counterparts, and having a marionette prime in the team grants the team's pilot to link multiple marionettes, which allows the pilot to focus fire on a single target. In this team, the actual leader on the tabletop game is the marionette prime. I was also surprised that Otasaur isn't the one who we use as a leader according to the rules. Drones are supplementary constructs that support the marionettes. Their functions range from being defensive, giving their team invisibility, or offensive that some drones deliver as much firepower as the marionettes themselves. The House of Sora was once prominent in the world of Neo Matsuda, dominating all its nearest rivals including the House of Owa. Recent turmoil, sparked by House Kojima's interference in Matsudan feudal politics, have seen that position reversed, with Owa now being seen as ascendant and Sora disgraced and forced into a position of submission. Otasora would dearly like to lead his house back to power, but must first prove himself as a worthy warrior and capable leader. Thus, he travels the GCPS to perfect his martial arts and to understand the true nature of his enemies and the wider galaxy.
This is City Mayor Isaac Henderson. We have received news of attacks throughout the city from creatures that appears to be mutated humans. It is important for everybody to remain calm. The GCPS forces are now on their way. Please remain calm and find shelter. This is City Mayor Isaac Henderson. We have received news that the GCPS forces are unable to begin operations of liberating us from the attacks. We are left to our own devices. I am sending out an SOS beacon to whoever is willing to help us.
The Asterian model line extends beyond what I have shown here. These are just some of what the faction can offer on the table. I have yet to play a game of Deadzone, but I have been reading the rules and I do love how Exploding 8s work, and I really appreciate how the game is designed to be on an 8x8 map that infinitely extends upwards depending on how the terrain is set up. Being cell-based, measurements are much easier compared to a lot of tabletop wargames that are on the market. I would like to thank Arcos Hobby Philippines again for sponsoring this video. All of the models in this video were painted using their paints. Please make sure to check them out. Most importantly, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a like on this video. If you are new here, I usually upload a video once a month as I do everything on my own. Subscribing and leaving a like on this video helps me a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to share this with your friends or playgroup. And finally, a very special thank you to the Tabletop Traveler for the Deadzone and Firefight boxes you've given me. This video wouldn't exist if it weren't for you.